difficult too. But yeah, when I first used to go to Montreal, when I used to do the comedy festival up there, I didn't have a passport.
You got trouble at the border there all the time?
No,
in
never.
Canada?
Never.
For some reason, they always get me out. I have no clue why that is.
Me too.
I have no clue.
It's your record. They find your record. I mean, if you have a assault like what happened in Sweden, but what happened in Sweden?
No, that was not because they went to court and they threw it out.
Doesn't matter. The fact that you got arrested and you went to court and all that, and you were in a jail for a little bit, even if there's no charges that stick, they still have that on your record. Like Eddie Bravo got arrested once for legally having a gun. He got pulled over for a traffic violation. This is when he was working for a check cashing company, and he used to carry around a big bag of cash with him, and he had to carry a gun with him. And it was totally legal, but he had done something like not stopping at a stop sign or something like that. So they pull him over, and he said, I just want to let you know I have a gun, a loaded gun in the car because I do this. They arrested him. They released him because, it was all correct. They check his paperwork. It's all good. It doesn't matter. Every time he goes to Canada, every single time he gets pulled aside and they check his shit and they ask him questions, and it takes like an extra hour and a half. I got stuck with him the last time I went to Canada.
It's annoying. It's really annoying.
Yeah, and he had no record. I mean, he did nothing. It never stuck as a record, but just the fact that he was even arrested.
Yeah. Yeah, I had this big roided guy one time standing there all messed up, and he goes, get any roids in the bag? Swear to God. I look at him and I say, roids is for faggots, man.
That's what you said?
Yeah, straight in the eye.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. What
that was good. Yeah, and I did that same line, or nothing. I did that same line twice, also in America.
Really?
Same thing. I came back from Japan. Same, could be the same guy. Same thing. He said, "You got any roids?" I mean, why do they ask me? Did they ever ask you?
They always ask me.
Roids?
They always ask me.
Brian's on.
But come on.
He's on roids just to be a man. If he wasn't on roids, he'd be a girl.
Who asked that?
Yeah,
got any roids in the bag?
The funny thing is, you could say that roids are for faggots, and he won't say anything because no guy on roids ever wants to admit they're on roids.
Yeah,
even the biggest, fucking, most gigantic, ridiculous human beings ever. They're like, I'm just doing a lot of creatine. I do powerlifting. I eat 6 meals a day.
6 meals a day. How much pork? What was that the guy took? That Soromski's? No, not Soromski's. The strongest man,
Puchinowski.
They were saying that he ate
candy and bacon.
12 pound of bacon or something like
silly.
a day. Something. He turned purple.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy?
Yeah, when he fought Tim Sylvia. Yeah.
He got purple, like the weirdest color.
Yeah, it's not good.
Bacon.
Yeah, your body's not supposed to look like that. It's not supposed to. That is not a fighter's build. When you see these guys, like there's guys in the UFC, a lot of times in their first couple fights, you'll see them and they come in and they're just too big, and it looks good, and it might be good for the first 30 or 40 seconds.
That's it.
You could really gorilla fuck a guy for 30 or 40 seconds. But then that lactic acid builds up, and boom,
crashing. Yeah, I always said it. I never cared about it. I never cared if somebody said, "Oh, he's on roids." I say, to me, it is that you're insecure already. There's something wrong with you because you're not happy with yourself. Let's go to that. And that bullshit thing that they say, but everybody does it. I mean, it's insane. I did this. For the amateurs, they did the camo. I'm on the board of the camo,
right?
And they asked me to go and
camo is for people who don't know, the California Amateur Mixed Martial Arts Organization.
Yep. And they asked me to speak to the guys, to help them out in the future once they turn pro, what to watch out for. And then the most important thing. What is the most important thing? They said. I said, well, don't do roids. I mean, if you already did roids or are thinking about doing roids, I mean, you might as well stop your career because in this particular stage, right now, if you're already thinking about it, you're going to fail. You're going to be a loser because you want roids. I never got that. And how dangerous is it? You know what I hear, the EPO, people doing that. I go, man, doesn't that make your blood really thick? Right?
It's very dangerous and very common, by the way.
Yeah.
Boxer's been caught with it. Sugar Shane Mosley got caught with it. EPO is what they always accuse cyclists of using. And I have a friend who was a professional cyclist, and he was on it. And he said that when he was on a tour, they were on a tour with they would ride on a bus, and then they would, they compete in these tournaments, in these races rather, and you would hear guys in the middle of the night unrack their bikes and go ride. They had to.
Yeah, the heart rate goes too down or something.
Well, you have too much blood. Too much blood builds up in your body because what EPO simulates is it's like artificial altitude. Like the same effect that happens at altitude where your blood thickens because you need more oxygen because it's a low oxygen environment. So these guys, and they take this this EPO, they have to exercise.
Wow.
Like they'll wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and they're like their parts all fucked up and they got to get on the bike and go.
Yeah, otherwise you can have a heart attack or something.
Yeah, you could have strokes. You can. It's very dangerous. I know mixed martial arts guys that have done it, and I know guys that have done it that their trainer found out like after the fight, and they were like, "What the fuck, man? You got to let us know that you're doing this, so that if you get knocked out, we can tell the doctor, hey, here's something you should consider. This guy's on fucking EPO."
Use a pen as a syringe. You need a valve like this because it's so thick.
Yeah, it's coming out like lava.
It doesn't get out. I was talking to a John McCarthy, and I said, "You know what the new?" Oh no, he asked me. He says, "You know what the newest drug is like for fighting?" I said, Viagra. And he goes, "How do you know that?" I say, "I read an article about it like a week before that, and apparently guys are doing that, taking Viagra, and apparently Viagra is one of these wonder." Things. It's really good for your kidneys, for blood pressure. I read an article in
that's why I take it.
Some fitness, fitness magazine, and it was like raving about it. It's a real good medicine, apparently. But can you imagine?
Well, what it does is it increases your nitric oxide and all those supplements that people take. Nitric burn, all these different nitric flood, all these different things. It does the exact same thing. Increases your nitric oxide. That's why your dick gets hard so quick. Your muscles fucking flare up.
Veins get big. Start pumping.
Definitely.
Yeah, until it goes to the ground, then it'll be uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying. What do you do?
As long as you keep your cup in place.
A little tickle.
Depends on if you have a dick that could fit into one of those Japanese masturbation cups. Some people might not even ever know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.